In 2010, the quiet town of Yeongam in South Korea was shaken by the arrival of Formula One when the Korea International Circuit, that had cost approximately 167 million euros to build, was inaugurated. The track was designed by Formula One's architect, the German Hermann Tilke. It's the longest straight track in Asia with 5,621 kilometers of semi-permanent track. It's an unusual counter-clockwise circuit with bends that put drivers to the test.
In less than a month, these boxes will be opened and the peace of Yeongam will be shattered by the sound of Formula One racing cars. Let's have a closer look at the circuit.
Our guide is Dong Yuna, the safety car's driver, who will outline the different features of the circuit.
After the first two bends, we have the long 1.2-kilometre straight where Michael Schumacher broke the speed record last year. It's possible to get up to 320 kilometres per hour here. This third bend is the most difficult one on the track. It was right here that Schumacher had an accident with Vitaly Petrov last year and was forced to retire. These zigzag bends are called giant bends. They are very tricky and really test the driver's skills.
The second and third sectors where we are right now alternate high and low speed bends. It's a kind of labyrinth with continuous direction changes down to the 17th bend by the marina.
Here on the right is the marina of the Yeongam Lake. The hotels and facilities will be built here. You'll be able to watch the race from on board the yacht, just like in Monte Carlo. Now we're going into the last bend, the 18th. You can see the Hanok Bridge, which is the symbol of the circuit and, in my opinion, the most beautiful part.
Korea International Circuit is in a remote, fairly rural location just a short distance from the Yellow Sea. At the moment, there is a shortage of hotels and facilities to adequately meet the needs of the Formula One circus. However, there are some projects currently underway to change the situation and radically transform the area. Junyeon Park, the governor of the South Jeolla region, can explain these projects.
We have three major plans to improve the circuit and its surroundings. The first is a go-karting track, which will be open very shortly. The second is the construction of an industrial car park, which will be started in 2013. The third and most important plan is one that we are still working on, and it is the implantation of an ecological city comprising a residential zone, hotels, casinos and golf courses.
A new city to compete with the colourful and dynamic Mokpo. Mokpo is a small town on the Yellow Sea about 15 kilometres away from the circuit. Its principal resources are fishing, farming, marine engineering and even tourism, thanks to its beautiful surroundings. The arrival of Formula One in the region has definitely helped tourism here.
Formula One has certainly brought more tourists here and enabled the region of South Jeolla to be known worldwide. Formula One is an economic help to workers like us. I don't know what impact it could have on a regional level.
To begin with, not every Korean was of the same opinion. In fact, some thought this sport could only bring problems. However, 3 years on and things have changed. There are more and more fans of Formula One. There remains only one thing that could make the sport even more popular in Korea: a driver on the track sporting the national colours.
Since we've had the F1 Grand Prix, motorsport is seen in a different way. Our next goal is to have a Korean driver in F1. At the moment, our drivers can't compete with the likes of Vettel and Alonso. We therefore have some growth projects for young drivers, and I'm sure that in the future we'll have a driver in Formula One as well.
While waiting to see a fellow countryman on the starting grid, the Korean people are getting ready for this year's Formula One Grand Prix, which will get underway on the 14th of October. It promises to be once again a great show.